and good afternoon, my viewers. It is another wonderful day in Ajwaya.com, an NYC program where we bring you news concerning the scheme and also we discuss interesting topics. I am Precious Ahmed and I am your host for today's program. And in today's program, we'll be talking about pursuing your career while serving. Yes, and I won't be doing this alone. I have a wonderful core member who will soon be an ex-core member though, because he'll be passing out soon, and he'll be telling us how he was able to pursue his career in the tech world while serving. We all know how wild the tech world is, and he will be telling us how he was able to overcome those challenges and the likes. But before we go into that program, we will be having a short Ajwaya news. Don't go nowhere. Stay tuned. Good day, everyone. I am Edidiong Uko, and this is Ajuai News. Before the news, first the headline. NYSC is for National Integration and Unity, Brigadier General Father. Now the news in details. The Director General of the NYSC, Brigadier General Mohammed Kaku Father, has told core members that the NYSC scheme is designed to amplify national integration and unity. He urged them to commit to the tenets of the scheme as it highlights their dedication to nation building. The Director General said this at the swearing-in and official opening ceremony of the 2022 Batch B Stream 2 orientation course at the NYSC Permanent Orientation Camp, Ede, Osun State on Tuesday. General Father, who was represented by the NYSC Osun State Coordinator, Mrs. Abdulwahab Olayinka, said that the role core members have assumed is a sensitive and Herculean one, which each of them must commit in order to sustain the unity of the country and the hopes of the upcoming generation. According to him, the members, through the various trainings they will undergo, are expected to work towards fostering the unity and integration of the nation in their words, comportment, and also through the right deployment of their expertise, skills, and technology savvy. Speaking further on the NYSC scheme, Father said it avails core members the platform to practice what they have been taught in their respective institutions and also provides them with the needed opportunity to gain required skills to kickstart their career path in life. The Director General commended the core members for the high level of discipline and enthusiasm they have shown so far, charging them to sustain the same throughout their service year. He also charged the newly inducted members to familiarize themselves with the provisions of the NYSC Act and bylaws, warning them to dissociate themselves from social vices such as cultism and drug abuse. He asserted that defaulters will be prosecuted accordingly, as being members of the scheme does not give anyone immunity from the law. 1,300 core members comprising 600 males and 700 females were sworn in by the Chief Judge of Osun State, His Lordship, Honorable Justice Oyebola Adepele Ojo, and who was represented by Honorable Justice Ganiyat Omobola Lawal. Thanks for listening. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, welcome back from that short break, and thank you, Miss Edidiong, for that wonderful news. And before we went on that quick break and on that short news, I said that we have a wonderful core member in our midst. He's also into the tech world. He is a programmer, although he will soon be passing out, and we are going to miss him for the impact he has been making during his NYC here. And with me is a wonderful person. Can you briefly introduce yourself, my guest?
Okay, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
My name is Eriolua Bambola Eriolua Timothy. I'm a graduate of computer science from the prestigious Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Ogbomoso, Nigeria. I hail from Oyo State, and I'm a computer programmer, and I teach kids programming as well. I manage digital products as well. Thank you.
Wow. That's so, like, you are just everywhere, because it's everything we're talking about just about the tech world, your computer this, your computer that. But that's so amazing. But can you briefly tell us about your NYC journey so far? I know you'll be passing out in less than 2 weeks. Yes.
Yeah.
So how have the journey been? Like, how's it been so far?
Okay, the journey has been fine, and I want to thank NYC for providing such a beautiful avenue like the scheme for us to like integrate as youth in the country from various aspects of the country. One of the main things I'm really happy for concerning NYC is the fact that I get to meet with people from different geopolitical zone of the country. I have friends from Edo State, from Akwa Ibom, from the north, and different states like that, and it's actually very interesting. And for me now, I attended the University of Technology, so I did not get to interact with people studying law, humanities in general, like art, English, literature, political science. I didn't get to interact with them while I was on campus. But coming to NYC, I get to interact with them. That's one of the things I'm really happy about concerning NYC.
Wow.
Let me add this as well. Okay. The journey has been really interesting.
Okay.
Living in the state capital here, Osogbo. Then I have a lovely PPA as well. I work at Osun Insurance Scheme, where I get to, I work at the ICT unit. So we provide access to quality healthcare for residents of Osun State, and it has been nice contributing to such a wonderful scheme.
Wow, that's so amazing. Like, your NYC year is not even a waste, because you actually achieved a lot. You met people and you were able to interact. Like, there was a lot of networking, and that's so great. Like, I really appreciate that. And secondly, we want to know what programming is all about, because I've been hearing everybody going into programming, coding, and the likes. Even people that never studied computer science, they are going into programming. What exactly, like, what is programming? What is programming all about? Okay,
thank you for that question. Actually, it's so interesting that the age that we live in now, it's driven by technology. It's technology driven. So even whether you study computer science, computer engineering, you can actually venture into computing as a field. Then, as we have it now, people that studied agriculture, they can do agricultural technology, like implement technology into agriculture. People in earth, like for example, where I'm serving, it's an earth insurance scheme, but it's been driven by technology. I didn't study an earth related course, but I can still work there because my skill is needed there. So programming is actually giving your computer instruction on what to do. That's what programming is involved in. And anyone can actually do it once you have the skill. Wow.
Giving your computer an instruction to work with. That's so interesting. Now, I've heard a lot of persons complain that my PPA would not allow me to do this, my PPA would not allow me to do that, and the likes. Or how were you able to combine both the PPA stress and your programming career? How were you able to overcome those challenges? How?
Okay, regarding that, it has been not an easy one, let me put it like that, because my PPA, I resumed there 8 a.m. and of course the official closing hour for, because it's a government work, is by 4, but sometimes if we still have something to do, I work at the ICT unit, and most of the things done at the organization is being driven by the ICT unit. So even if we have something to do, I might still have to stay back to get it done. So my commitment is to my PPA, then when I'm done with that, since for me now, anything related to my computing skills, once I have access to electricity and internet, I can get it done. So most times it's required that even after my work at my PPA, once I get back home, I still need to spend some hours working on my PC to develop my coding skill or to work on a website that I want to develop and others.
Wow, like that's so amazing. Like when you were talking, I was just hearing passion. Like if you don't have passion for anything, you will not sacrifice for it. Because you have passion for the programming aspects, no matter the stress you go through during the day, at night you still sacrifice, you still make some sacrifices to learn more and to increase your skill. Now that's so wonderful. Now while you were introducing yourself, you said you teach kids programming, like kids that are supposed to be playing with toys, like you are taking them programming. Why do you decide to teach kids programming?
Okay, yeah, as regards that, let's just do a brief history. If you check countries like China, Japan, even America, and some other some European countries, one of the things you get to know is that these countries, they are technologically driven and like they are advanced technologically. And one of the reasons for that is that people from their tender age, they are introduced to all of these things on time. So when you come back to Nigeria now, you will see, I heard that even recently the startup bill was passed by the Senate, if I'm right. So when you come to Nigeria here, you will see different startups coming up. Some educational startup, the likes of ULESS in Education, Edukoya, and others like that. They are coming to transform the way education is being done. So you will see all around. I was passing through an area here in Oshobo, and I see a flyer on, okay, let your kids come to learn programming, things like that. You just see it's coming up now because people want their kids to be involved in technology as early as they can. Now it's not really about, okay, your schoolwork alone. No, you have to develop a skill in addition to that. So that's what is currently going on. And for me now, seeing the opportunity that I've been able to have, I've had teachers that were able to mentor me. So I'm trying to give back to the community. And NYC encourages community development service. So I'm trying to give back to the community. Either I teach physically or I teach remotely. I can teach someone even that is not currently in Osun State here remotely. And it has been an interesting one because those kids, as they are getting the skill, as they are growing up, they will remember that this person was the one that introduced me to programming, and I can develop something using it now.
Wow, like that's so I don't know, that's so educative and inciting, because now you don't have to limit your kids to toys alone. The earlier you expose them to technology, the better for them. Now, okay, another question is, what are your plans after service? Because I know let's say by this time next month, you are no longer a core member and stuff like that. So are you planning to go back to the usual 9-to-5 job, or you are going to continue in your programming? Although I know there are some programmers that still work 9-to-5. So are you planning to be a boss on your own, or you get your 9-to-5 job?
Okay, regarding that, of course, because of the skills that I have and the world of technology now, there are different options. And for me, as a computer programmer, I can decide, of course, I'll keep working as a programmer, but I can decide that, okay, for example, now if I'm working with, let's say, a bank as a programmer or an organization as a programmer, they might require my presence 9-to-5. Or I can decide to work on my own. There are freelance jobs all around. So it depends on the option I get after service. Seeing that after service, okay, the fact of going to my PPA will not be there again. So that one is off it. So I will have the opportunity to choose whichever option that I wish to.
Okay. So you are not certain yet. Like if you see a 9-to-5 job, you go for it, and if you still decide to be a boss on your own, you can still go for it. Now, okay, I've heard some persons, like whenever I talk to people, that you have to, like, this world is going into technology and the likes, you have to get like a technological skill. They'll be like, I don't have a laptop, I don't have a computer and stuff like that. Should those resources be a limitation?
Okay. Yeah, let me say this. Seeing the situation of different or the different situation that people are in,
Okay.
there are so many challenges that comes to play. Yeah, let me put it like that.
Yeah.
Of course, if one wants to go into technology or into computing, let me put it like that. The best is that you have your laptop, you have a good internet connection, you have electricity. Once those things are solved,
Okay.
you are good to go. If you see most of these developed countries, that's what they have. So going into technology is actually easy for them to do.
Yeah, true.
But in this part of the world, we don't have most of those resources at our disposal. But what I want to advise people is these two things. Number one, if you didn't study computer science and you want to go into computing, it's something that is, let me say, easy to do, because you can implement technology in your field.
Okay.
You can hear of precision agriculture in agriculture. You can hear of precision medicine even in medicine. People that are marketers, you hear of digital marketing, different skills like that. And most of these skills, they don't require you to write computer code. Maybe write JavaScript, C++, and the likes. If you would love to learn it, you can. But there are also other things like product management, digital marketing that don't require that one write computer codes.
Okay.
So that's one part that people should know. Then another thing, starting off, I could also remember, like, the time I was starting off in computing, the system I was using then wasn't the best that I can use. Like the functionality of the system wasn't at its best.
Okay.
Just that now, of course, I have a better system to work with and the likes. So, but with that, I still make sure that I make use of the resources at my disposal.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So that's one thing I want to advise people that want to go into tech. What you have, use it. I could remember the time I started programming, actually, it was my friend's system that I was using, not mine. It was my friend's system that I started with. Later on, my parents got a system from me, then I started working with it. So there will always be a legal way out. A legal way out. Either from your friend, you can get a system from your friend, or from your uncle, or even you can go to a computer center to go and work on it. Maybe you just buy airtime. So just for maybe for an hour, you go and learn. And most people now, schools have computer center that you can even learn from.
Wow. So we don't have any limitations at all. Like, even if you have a limitation, as long as you have that passion, as long as that passion is there. I remember, last week, let me just do a quick recap. My guest also made emphasis on that, because last we talk about financial stability, and we had to make mention of core members that would be like, I want to start up a business, but I don't have a capital. And she said something. She said, you can ask your family members, you can ask your mom, your dad, if they see like a dream, or they see a future in whatever you want to invest in. So definitely, if they see a future in your programming, they will go to any length to provide the resources, even if the laptop or the PC they will get for you at that moment may not be at its best. You can still use it to start up something. If it's for you to learn from a friend, or a neighbor, just learn, and after that, gradually you will get your own. Yes, I believe so. So finally, the last but not the least questions, I just want you to give like a little advice to core members out there, especially those that are just coming into it, like they don't really know what they'll be, they don't know what they should expect. So what should be your advice to those set of persons?
Okay, fine. Okay, to an extent I can talk about that, seeing that I'm almost done with NYC. I've spent from the 1st of January 2021, and I'm almost rounding up now, less than 2 weeks.
Wow.
So number one is going into NYC, know what you want. Like know what you want to achieve, know what you want to achieve during your service here. Know what you want to achieve. I now coming, I knew that I was posted to Osun State. Either of the options that happen is this: you will either be posted to an organization or a school. Most times that's the option. So, and I know that any of these options, once I have electricity and internet, I can keep developing my programming skill. So I already knew that. So I wasn't really afraid of any town that I'm posted to within the state, since I know that once those two things are settled, I'm good to go. And God so good, Oshogbo has a good electricity supply.
Yes.
And I'm currently serving in Oshogbo, so I don't really have electricity issues. So my advice to people that are just coming into NYC is that maximize your NYC period. NYC has given us so much opportunity. For example, the SAID, the skill acquisition and entrepreneurship development. Like, learn a skill. I remember when I was at camp, I joined the web development class for the SAID training. I joined them, and it was really interesting. Of course, I knew most of the things that were being taught there, but I still participated. The trainer that trained us stays here in Oshogbo. Sometimes I still see him, just greet him like that. We have a good rapport. So, like, I try to ensure that I maximize what NYC has given me. Even through NYC, I've met different people at my PPA. I relate with almost everyone there. Just maximize the opportunity that NYC has given you. If you want to learn something, NYC has given you the chance to learn it. And depending on the PPA you are posted to, for me, I know many things about healthcare now because of my PPA. That's an opportunity that I maximized. So different things like that. Ensure two things. Ensure you know what you want to achieve through your NYC. Then the second thing is use the platform that NYC has given you to achieve it. If you want to learn a trade, NYC has given you the opportunity through side to learn it. Even if people that want to do writing and the likes now, NYC has given you the chance to do it through your CDS. For example, people at editorial CDS, you can develop your writing skill. So that's some of the things I can say about that.
Wow. Like, it's such an educative and entertaining moment with you, Mr. Areoluwa. I am so grateful. Like, I really enjoyed this session. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned too. So make use of your NYCA, maximize it. It is very, very important. I do tell people that NYC is the phase of your life that will never come back again. Like, you will never have that opportunity again. So maximize the opportunity. Know what you want. Some persons see NYC as a year to flex, to mingle with people, but even in your mingling, let it be a positive connection. Let it be a positive networking, because this world is becoming global, and the only way you can go far is through networking. Gone are those days when we say, I have an uncle, or my father is here, my father is there. No, it is that person you met at the orientation camp, or it is that person you met during your NYC that will even give you the job you want. Don't you get? So just maximize your NYC, make good friends, make good connections, make impact, because that is one of the key, should I say the key scheme or the key vision of NYC, to make impact. Thank you so much, my viewers. Thank you, OSBC, Osun State Broadcasting Corporation. I am so grateful. Thank you, editorial team, for this privilege. I am not taking it for granted. And to my viewers at home, without you, there will be no Ajuwaya. Thank you for always listening. Do join us next week, same time, same station, and I remain your host, Precious Ahmed. Thank you.